Kurumi is a student at a private school and participates in track and field. One day, during routine training, she accidentally falls, distracted by the sight of Katsuragi, the boy she has a crush on, passing by. Afterward, Kurumi heads to the infirmary, where the school nurse, Megumi, treats her injuries. Megumi is also one of the teachers at the school. Like Kurumi, Yuki is a frequent visitor to the infirmary. Later, as Kurumi tries to get on her bike, she falls again, startled by Katsuragi's sudden appearance. They end up walking home together, chatting about random things, which makes Kurumi incredibly happy. The next day, she rushes to the nurse's office, excitedly telling Megumi about her little adventure. Yuki, overhearing, urges Kurumi to confess her feelings, while Megumi encourages her to be brave. However, Kurumi soon has to leave because the gardening club president has invited her to join. Before leaving, she asks Megumi and Yuki to join as well. The scene shifts to their club, where they prepare a snack together. While sitting at the table, Yuki expresses her desire to grow onions. To accomplish this, they head to the rooftop, where they have a small vegetable garden. After gathering everything they need, they return to the classroom, where the students seem amazed by Yuki's gift. But in reality, it's all just a hallucination. The school is actually in ruins, shattered windows, debris everywhere, and zombies roaming the streets. As the girls and Megumi devise a plan to protect their safe zone, they are fortunate to have rooftop gardens, temporarily solving their food problem. However, relying only on vegetables could lead to malnutrition. To address this, Kurumi and Yūri venture to the cafeteria in search of staple foods and meat. As they cautiously approach the first floor, they spot zombies wandering through the halls. Yūri throws pre-prepared ping-pong balls in different directions to distract them. Despite their efforts, another zombie suddenly appears and lunges at Kurumi. Yūri, paralyzed by fear, does nothing. Only when a second zombie appears does she finally snap out of it and eliminate the threat, saving her friend. They proceed to the cafeteria, finding it in partial collapse. Despite this, they manage to find a pack of instant noodles. Suddenly, Kurumi hears a noise. Gripping her shovel tightly, she cautiously approaches the source. When she abruptly opens a door, she comes face to face with someone inside. Moments later, she realizes it's a surviving student. To ensure safety, they check for injuries and confirm the student is unharmed before introducing themselves. The student is Miki, a second year who has been hiding in the cafeteria since the outbreak. That evening, they have Italian pasta for dinner, a meal obtained at great risk. Despite the cheerful atmosphere, Miki seems troubled. She knows their food supply will eventually run out and doesn't want to sit idly by. She struggles to understand how the others remain so carefree in such a dire situation. The next day, the girls explain that Yuki's upbeat attitude is her way of mentally shielding herself from the horrors around them. She lives in a fantasy where zombies don't exist. A few days later, Miki sneaks into the faculty room, taking anything that might be useful. Kurumi catches her and warns her not to bother searching for keys. It won't help. The entire building is surrounded by zombies, and there's no way out. Miki, furious, can't understand how they can just sit and wait for help that might never come. Later that night, their argument moves to a classroom, where Yuki eavesdrops from outside the door until Miki gently leads her away. Inside, Yūri decides to explain why they originally formed the club. The story flashes back to the very first day of the outbreak. Standing on the rooftop, the girls see people suddenly running in all directions below. Chaos erupts as some start biting each other. Kurumi is stunned when a girl suddenly falls from above. Within seconds, she transforms into a zombie. Kurumi freezes in fear until a caring upperclassman rushes over, grabs her, and leads her away. Kurumi encounters a bitten classmate and notices her eyes turning pale. She remains frozen in shock. In a critical moment, Katsuragi shields Kurumi by exposing his arm to an attacking zombie. When they finally reach the rooftop, Yuki notices the bite mark. Realizing Katsuragi will soon turn, she cuts his arm. Panic sets in, and everyone rushes downstairs, unaware it's even more dangerous there. A teacher tries to stop them, but it's already too late. As zombies approach, the teacher has no choice but to close the door and barricade it. Katsuragi asks them to stay away from him. Then, he confesses his feelings for Kurumi. However, right after saying this, he turns into a zombie, forcing her to end his existence. The school and the entire island falls into chaos. Only one teacher and 3 students survive. They write an SOS message on the rooftop, hoping a rescue team will find them. As evening approaches, they decide to form the school life club. A new day begins, and Megumi makes up her mind to leave the school on her own. To do so, she plays loud sounds over the speakers, drawing most of the zombies to one area. Just as she is about to step beyond the school grounds, Yuki catches up to her, begging her not to leave. But Miki refuses and starts searching for a suitable car. Meanwhile, the other girls rush to the room where the music is playing and shut off the devices. Zombies spot Yuki and Kurumi, who manage to hide on top of a car. The girls quickly find them and help them return safely to the school. The next day, Kurumi and Miki go to the storage room. On their way, they encounter a few zombies, but manage to defeat them easily. Once inside, they hit the jackpot, boxes filled with food. As they carry the supplies back, a zombie appears. Kurumi lifts her shovel to attack, but suddenly realizes the zombie strongly resembles Katsuragi. Memories of him flood her mind, and she hesitates. The zombified upperclassman wastes no time and tackles Kurumi to the ground, attempting to bite her. At the last moment, Yūri intervenes, saving her. With a large supply of goods, their lives gradually return to some form of normalcy. They plant vegetables on the rooftop, have pillow fights, and spend evenings gazing at the stars. Autumn arrives, and they decide to hold a festival, just like in the days before the zombie outbreak. However, during the festivities, the fire alarm suddenly goes off. They try to figure out what triggered it, and soon realize zombies have broken into the school. One of them accidentally starts a fire. In their attempt to escape, the group gets separated. Kurumi tries to hold off a few zombies and urges the others to run. She makes it to the rooftop and climbs onto a ventilation ledge, where she sees the ghost of Katsuragi. He tells her he admired her determination to never give up. Realizing she still has a chance, Kurumi leaps past the zombies, grabs her shovel, and pushes forward. When she finally reaches the classroom where her friends were hiding, she finds it empty and assumes the worst. But suddenly, voices call out from around the corner, and together, they manage to fight off the remaining zombies. Kurumi, Miki, and Yūri are relieved they are all safe, but they don't know where Yuki is. At the same time, none of them mention Megumi. Later, they find Yuki, and a shocking truth is revealed. Megumi had actually turned into a zombie on the very first day. All this time, she had only existed as a figment of Yuki's imagination. Kurumi decides to set Megumi free. At that moment, Yuki finally snaps out of her fantasy and realizes the nightmare they are truly living in. Losing Megumi deeply upsets her, and the others try to comfort her. Soon, they realize the school is no longer safe. Zombies have completely infiltrated it, their food has spoiled, and the electricity and water supply are failing. They know they must find a new place to survive. Before leaving, they decide to hold a small graduation ceremony, reflecting on everything they've been through and how much they've grown as a team. After gathering everything they can carry, they load it into a car. As they drive through the city, it becomes clear zombies are everywhere. And with that, the movie comes to an end. So that's it. Hope you enjoy the story. Subscribe and press the bell icon for more videos.